Greetings fellow captains and welcome back to World of Warships with the Hive Hound, and today we're going to be looking at the USS Atlanta. There are two distinctive types of Atlanta players, ones that understand the importance of island cover and those that don't, as we're going to demonstrate here in our Scharnhorst in this very quick little intro segment here. You sail broadside out in front of a battleship regardless of the torpedoes that are fired, and you're gonna get dead really quick. Yes, he manages to return a torpedo, but that's reasonably insignificant towards his death. Right, okay, so the USS Atlanta, here we are. It was the lead ship of the Atlanta class light cruisers, which a total of 8 were built. They were designed to provide anti-aircraft protection for US Navy task groups. The Atlanta served in several naval battles, including the Battle of Midway and the East Solomons. The Atlanta herself was heavily damaged by Japanese and friendly gunfire in night surface action on the 13th of November in 1942 during the naval battle of Guadalcanal. The cruiser was sunk on her captain's orders in the afternoon of that very same day. Right, okay, so the Atlanta, as we all know, has some very peculiar guns for a cruiser. They're only 5-inch or 127mm guns, and they're actually designed as dual-purpose weapons. They're designed to provide AA fire support and also double as regular anti-ship weapons. One thing to take into account, you can see quite early on at this engagement, the firing arc. Okay, not so much against the Sakatsuki, we will see it in a moment. The firing arc is very high. That's because the shells are so light. To travel distance, they have to be arched higher up, when fired, and drop rather rapidly further on as they travel further away from the ship. So we're taking some fire, so smart Atlanta captains, this is exactly what you should do. Get yourself out of the line of fire. Getting shot at by anything in the Atlanta is dangerous. It's a very, very lightly armoured ship. As you can see, we have 5 ships currently targeting us, thanks to our commander skill. Yes, we are poking out and firing, but this is because I made a bit of a mistake and we haven't really got much of a choice. So we get ourselves out of the way, get clear behind the island, and this is how you survive in Atlanta. The Atlanta is a great ship. It can do quite a lot of damage quite quickly. I believe it can fire about 500 rounds a minute. But to do that, you need to be alive, and the Atlanta doesn't take well to being shot at by anything, let alone battleships or cruisers. As we kind of seen, I understand the Scharnhorst is a battleship, but it's technically cruiser guns. But yeah, as you've seen in that last clip, you can die very, very quickly. And that's against any ship. So we have an enemy Scharnhorst there, so we're gonna focus our fire on him predominantly. I think we were looking at switching to the New Orleans there, but the New Orleans is down. So we've got the island cover in between us. Nothing can shoot at us, so we can sit here and rain on whomever's parade we feel suited to. Obviously, we've got 3 people targeting us. Just because they're targeting us, 2 have given up. The 3rd one have given up. You can see we're behind an island. We know where the ships are. We're safe. We can sit here and quite happily rain down on the Scharnhorst or anyone else in our range with relative impunity. We did spot the destroyer and start backing up slowly. Obviously, you just seen I believe it's a Mahan that's hiding around the corner there, trying to hijack us and get us with a sneaky couple of torpedo shots. We missed him when we first zoomed out. We missed him again completely here. I don't know why we really focused on that Scharnhorst. Everyone wants to kill a Scharnhorst. And there we go. We wake up and we realise that there is both a Mahan and I believe that is the Akatsuki there firing at us. Incredibly stupid move by any destroyer captain to sail out in front of an Atlanta with its high explosive. Everyone knows high explosive damages destroyers pretty badly and pretty quickly. So we didn't even look at the Akatsuki then. We just assumed that salvo was going to kill him, but he got finished off by one of our destroyers. So yes, okay, we have gone out into the open now. But the Scharnhorst is alone. He's got 2 destroyers, another battleship, a cruiser, another 2 cruisers, because our entire team sat in our cap circle firing at him. But notice how he did decide to focus on us. That's because the Atlanta's a weak target. So we're out in the open, and as you can see, we're kiting away at an angle. Still getting all of our guns firing, but we're trying to make ourselves a relatively small target. The Scharnhorst not the most accurate ship, so at this kind of distance I'm really not in the slightest bit worried about what he can possibly do in return. We keep on raining down HE, hoping to get that last fire set that will see the demise. The Scharnhorst starts to slow down. We recognise this. Alright, the flight time is very long on the Atlanta, so missing shots is going to happen quite a lot. But we can fire a lot really quickly. So it does make up for it in that respect. We finished it. We've got another fire on him. I think that's our fire. Yes, it is. And there we go. That's how you kill a Scharnhorst in Atlanta and not get wiped out by a Scharnhorst in your Atlanta. So I think we can have a little bit of a slow part of the game here whilst we travel over. We are trying to make a decision here. There are 2 ships spotted to the north of our base. The remainder, I'm assuming, are going to be on the west side of the map. There was a destroyer spotted just west of our cap. So there's a bit of indecision here on where I feel we would be best placed. So let's have a chat about the Atlanta's guns. So the Atlanta was fitted with 8 5-inch gun turrets placed in a unique configuration as she had 3 forward turrets, 3 aft turrets, mounted in line and increasing in height towards the middle of the ship, giving her a symmetrical appearance with a gap in the middle for the superstructure. In addition, the aft battery also had 1 wing-mounted turret on each side for a total of 16 15-inch guns. The firing arcs of forward and aft batteries intersect at a very limited angle, giving her an arc of 60 degrees, which could fire all her guns broadside, excluding the wing turrets. Because the Atlanta was able to bring her guns to bear with only within that narrow arc, her ability to engage surface targets was very limited, but firing arcs were ideally suited to bringing her bear on aircraft. However, with a minimum of 6 guns available at any given angle. So it doesn't matter which direction you're pointing in, you can always fire 6 guns on the ship. You're firing up to a maximum of 14 if you've got the ideal broadside, because obviously you're missing one of the rear winged turrets on it. So, indecision. Do we go left? Do we go right? Who are we going to engage first? God only knows. We see, obviously, that destroyer still over there. Our Queen Elizabeth is getting lit up with torpedoes. There's a Pensacola to the west that's just been spotted, as we suspected. But we forget, no, we're going to head north and see how we can upset this Arizona. The reason why I've done this, as you can see, there's an island in front of me. There's another island between me and the Arizona. So as long as I can get my bearings right and shoot good, we can fire on this Arizona without running the risk of taking shots in return. So yeah, we're not firing blind exactly. We can see which direction it's heading in. We know how far away it is. In relation to the cruiser behind it, we can see it's moving quite slow, so we are able to put I say accurate gunfire, probably not. But as you can see, we are getting hits. We're doing damage, hoping to set a fire, because that is obviously the Atlanta's strong suit, particularly against battleships, is causing lots of rapid HE damage that accumulates very quickly and setting multiple fires. As you can see, the Arizona is already on fire. We're continuing to pump out some shells. We are exposed, but it doesn't matter. The Arizona can't return fire. And that's the end of the Arizona. So we're going to continue heading over to the west and see who we can assist. One thing that you do need to take into account when playing the Atlanta is, because you're such a weak target, I know we've said this like 4 times already during this video, but you will get focused, especially towards the end of the map. If everyone at the end of the map goes, alright, well, if I can get a kill, I'm going to get a kill. I'm going to die. I'm going to take someone down with me. So we're going to start firing at this York, and you'll see very quickly, although there are plenty of other targets available, the York, there we go, we get our marker, say we're being shot at. He's firing HE, so I'm not too worried. So he takes out 2 of our gun turrets. He's still firing HE. We can fire more HE faster, so I think this is a worthwhile engagement to be participating in. Always make sure that you check what they're firing, because if he turns to AP, then we're going to be in trouble real fast. We switch to AP just out of curiosity, see if it does any damage, but he gets killed before we get the chance. So this sneaky little destroyer was detected down here somewhere last. He's the only ship left, and we're detected. So he's not at his last location, because, well, we'd be outside of his detection range. So he's definitely heading back towards us. He popped in, he popped up, so he's behind that island somewhere. He's zigzagging around, which is why we're being spotted and then unspotted. I'm assuming if he was north of us, then our other ship, our other battleship up there, maybe would have incoming torpedoes at him already. So we're being cautious. We've set our hydroacoustic search, or sonar as I like to refer to it. It's the same thing. We spot some torpedoes coming from that side of the island. We look, and bingo, there he is. The Benson appears right in front of us. Thinks, I've got a smoke screen. I'm just going to sit in here and fire, because Bensons have got really good guns. We activate our radar, obviously, meaning he's completely detected, he's well within our range, and good night, goodbye, God bless, thank you very much. He's out of there, and that is exactly how you play the Atlanta. Use concealment and use the terrain at all times. We finish with 72,000 damage, 2,870 experience, and all round solid game. So well, we're going to end it there. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching, and until next time, we'll see you there. Bye bye.